It's Friday Night Live. And as you can see, we are on once again. For how long, we don't know. Friday, Savinelli. Haunted Bookshop. Welcome to the 6 people who are on. Let me get on my special page here. There we are. I always have trouble when I get to this point because I can't find the stupid comments. Other features. Let's try live control room. What's going on around here? Are we on? Are we on? Yes, we are. Steve Pomponio. Welcome to Friday Night Live. For those just joining, Eric, the blue collar pipe smoker. Happy Friday to you, buddy. I thought you'd be out tonight. NW Piper, good to see you. Yeah, we're having buffering issues, I think. Oop, I got a little note here. I don't know what it said. I think it says my smokingpipes.com order was shipped. Englishman Piper. I did hear from Pipes and Kayaks. He was going to a hockey game with his wife tonight. Was sorry he was going to miss it, but he will watch the rerun. And many thanks to all of you who joined me New Year's Eve. We broke a record. That got 1,000 views in 21 hours, which the only thing that came close to that before was when I did a review of Half and Half. I was out in the woods, and the next morning at 10 o'clock after I had uploaded it, it hit 1,000 views, and I couldn't believe it. Thank you very much. Artful Codger. How you doing, Ben? What do we want to talk about tonight as we enjoy a pipe together? Pipes? Tobaccos? The cost of tea in China? Pipe restoration. That would be Cane Rod Pipes or Briarville Rick, I think. Let's have a smoke with a midget. Now there's an interesting handle. I am smoking, actually I've been smoking a lot of stuff today. Right now I'm smoking Haunted Bookshop. I have smoked Grandeur. I've smoked just ribbon cut burley. I smoked Lane Limited, Ready Rubbed. Did I smoke anything else? I think that was it. Cornell and Deal's Night Train. Eric wants to know if I've ever had it. I think I reviewed it. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Black Frigate. I have had Night Train. Isn't that a like a plug? It comes like a plug? Or maybe even crumble cake. I'm sure I've had it. Everett got some nice blends from Garbage Man Piper, and I just discovered Garbage Man Piper today because I've been living under a rock. Pipes, Beards, and Guns, Smoked Ribs. I've done ribs before. Let's talk about some new, lesser-known, old-time blends that are worth trying. that would be the Artful Codger's expertise, but if you watch Eric Blue Collar Pipe Smoker's video today, he mentions all the match blends from the old-time Codger blends that Sutliff makes. And I really need to try more of those, because I've never had Holiday. I've never had Field and Stream. Barking Dog, yeah, he did Barking Dog. And now, here's something funny. I was going to do my regular 2-pound order of Haunted Bookshop today. And I kept saying to myself, I'm missing something. I really want something different. So I got a pound of Haunted Bookshop and a pound of Big and Burly, because as Eric the Blue Collar Pipe Smoker was describing Barking Dog, it reminded me that I wanted Big and Burly. There's just a pinch of Latakia in Big and Burly, and it is good. If you don't like Latakia, this probably wouldn't bother you, because there's not enough in it to turn you off if you don't like it. But it really adds to it. Country Doctor, Holiday, Revelation, I knew there was another one. Flying Dutchman is another one people talk about I never had before. Field and Stream, would love to find an old tin of that. Yeah, wouldn't that be something to smoke the real thing? Gandalf, how are you? Good to see you. Eric, don't make fun of me. And we're glad you made it to Friday Night Live. Choctaw Flute. So, I need to refill, because I was actually going out when I turned the live button on. And I am going to smoke something different. I got one for you. Oh, I think Sarge and I kind of did a review on this amphora, but this is so old. This was $1.89. So why don't we do it? Signal Man, Rhode Island, you're right next door to me. You ought to link up with Pipes and Kayaks and Mark in Rhode Island. Whereabouts in Rhode Island? Backcountry Pipe. He's got a few things to say about amphora. But if I remember correctly, and Sarge and I did have the newer amphora red, we like this much better. I think we're going to grab a different pipe. Oh, Warwick, Rhode Island. We're going to do the Phil Rivara. Isn't that a beauty? I love this pipe. Let's see. Here we go. Mobile, Alabama. Hello, Olive Wood Piper. Just finishing first tin of Haunted Bookshop. Much different from Old Joe Krantz. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, Haunted Bookshop has more Virginia. I used to know this by heart. The Perique is different and the Burleys are different. If anybody wants to help me out with that, feel free. Long Island, New York. There used to be a presenter on who was really good from Long Island. I can't remember his name now. And he just disappeared one day. I don't know what happened to him. Irish Alley Cat from Canada. Walnutport, Pennsylvania. Glad to have you aboard. All right, let's light this up. Old Codger stuff here, $1.89 for a big tin. 6 ounces, that's not bad. You can tell it's old because it's a little musty. But when you get past that, it's, what does it remind me of? Not too much different from velvet, but there's not as much flavor to this as velvet has. If that helps you out at all. Does the new velvet taste like the old velvet? That's a question for Ben, the Artful Codger. Even though I've had both, it's been a while since I had the new stuff. And I had a few bowls of the old that Ben sent me. If I remember correctly, he said the recipes never changed. But I would think that since 1960s or 1970s, some of that flavor would have been lost in the old stuff. Piping JB, how you doing? Still got a kick out of that video you did singing. That was great. So this is a decent smoke. For $1.89, you can't beat it. I forget where Sarge got that from. Harriet would love some velvet. Hey, Mike, Smokin' Briar, how are ya? Think about you often, man. Carving Piper. How about any other old blends anybody can think of? I think I mentioned I went out and got myself some Sir Walter Raleigh and some Carter Hall. I'm set with that for a while. Hi, Mitch. Happy New Year. Worcester, England. Gandalf, I don't quite get shamanistic rituals, hallucinogenics, but early American tobacco, I'm assuming, was all Virginia's, since Burley wasn't discovered until the 1860s, I think it was. David Dixon, good evening. My amphora went out. Cajun Piper just sub Piping J. And that reminds me, because if I hadn't seen Sully riding glider, or whatever his name is, I never would have found the two people that he was shouting out today. And we really need to help each other out here these days, because there's so many new people. A lot of us old timers don't have the time to check everybody out like we used to. Did I ever try Le Petit Robin Vincent Manil Simois? I've had Vincent Manil Simois, the Burley. Is that what you're talking about, Ben? In fact, I have some of that right to my right, in a jar. Le Petit Robin. Now I can read from the screen and nothing makes sense to me. Yeah, anyway, so when you guys think of it, when you're making a video, if you've seen somebody new, give them a shout, put a link down in your bucket there so that other people can find them. And we'll get these new guys a bunch of subs, hopefully. All right there, Tampered Tantrum. Nicotiana rustica. Is that Virginia? Aren't there something like 29 different varieties of tobacco? And oh, my screen just went out. I've done some basic research on tobacco, but the only thing you can really find out the only thing you can really find out is that Burley wasn't around back then. And I know that the Native Americans in Connecticut grew a Virginia type of tobacco. As a person starting video soon. Oh, I missed something. Yeah, that's the other thing. Oh, your name just went by. But anyway, if you're new and you do your first video, don't feel like you can't ask people to watch it. Obviously, if we're not subscribed, then we don't know you made the video. So either put a comment in one of our videos or send a private message or an email, or catch us on a Facebook or Twitter or wherever people are and let them know. The other thing you should really do is register with Briar Report so that you're listed there as well. I've started to check that pretty regularly now, because it's one more way of keeping up with what's going on, because we've gotten too big. Well, it's a good thing. The Choctaw made Perique, it was rustica tobacco, South America. Smoking James Fox anniversary mixture. PT Daily posted his first video today. I didn't see it. I don't think I saw it. BriarReport.com. It's a website. Great guy. He's done a lot for the community. Check it out. I'm not exactly sure how you get a hold of him, but I'm sure that there's a link on his page how to get listed in the YouTube Pipe Community Presenters list. Briar Bear. Yeah, I got so many comments about not being on the screen that I've decided you got to go with what the viewers want. Because you guys are paying the freight. Under the Oak Tree is with us. Joshua, good evening. Hope all is well with you. Briar Report. Just email me to get listed. There you go. Briar Report's in the house. Waterville, Ohio. There's a Waterville, Maine, too. Austrian Piper, good evening. See, I don't always chooch on my pipe. Wow, we have 107. That's decent. Hello, Briar Report. We're giving you a big shout out this evening. We're trying to get everybody all on the same sheet of music, and you seem to be the only one that has a sheet of music for us. Do you think the tobacco in early Americas were much more potent? I would have to say no. Because if I understand it correctly, because Virginia leaf has sugar in it, that's what keeps you from feeling the effects of the nicotine. Burley doesn't have that, so the nicotine is in your face. But that's just what I've read. Athens, Georgia. I think this is going out. Virginia leaf, Burley, and Oriental generics came from South America. Interesting. So was Burley grown in South America well before in America? I think you ought to write a book there, Jeff. Eric, I do smoke the church wardens. Not as often as I'd like, but I do. Briar Bear, this is a Phil Rivara. It's a beautiful pipe. And it smokes terrific. Do I have a favorite aromatic? I'm not really an aromatic smoker, but there's a bunch of them that I will smoke because they're not all goopy and nasty like we sometimes make them out to be. HGL, which is a mild aromatic. Oh, this is still good. As well as in English. I really like that stuff. Stanwell Vanilla. Very good because it's lightly topped. They use excellent tobacco. Where'd my lighter go? Oh, there we are. Thank you, old khakis. It's always good to be here in person. Yeah, I so rarely smoke aromatics that it's hardly worth mentioning. Edward G. Robinson. There's another old one. I had quite a bit of that Sarge gave me, and it didn't last me long at all. I smoked right through it. Apple flavored tobacco. I know there is one. I've never tried it though. I'm not sure who makes Edward G. Robinson. Ben would know. Actually, Eric would probably know. Sutliff. Thank you, Ben. What's the best vanilla tobacco to get? I would definitely say for me it's Stanwell. Backcountry Pipe. I think he does vanilla cream that he really likes. Mark, if you're on, give the name of that stuff because I know you like it. I trust your opinion. Oh, Mrs. Khakis. I'm sure that she's a very nice person. McBaron Vanilla Cream. Try that out because Mark just raves over it. And I think he did a video on it. Lane 1Q? Yeah, it's not for me. Lane Vanilla Black Cavendish. Tunisia. So nice to smoke a pipe and know that I've got good company. Sutliff Vanilla Custard. There's something to look into. SRT brings up a nice fact there that the McBaron Vanilla Cream is a flake, and that's rare for an aromatic. Definitely. Trout Stream, there's another old one. Yes, yes, Ben, yes. It was so great watching you and Eric and your ability to bring everybody together. Sutliff Burma Road. Never heard of it. Oh, Eric, you're such a card. Tennessee Tuxedo, how are you? Autumn Evening is a funny type of aromatic for me. I'll like a bowl of it. Like if I had a bowl tonight, I wouldn't want another bowl for about 6 months. I think it's good, but it's just too much for me. I really prefer the really light aromatics or no flavoring other than leaf. Richard, hi. I'm a wrenches in the house. Steve. Happy New Year. Gamecock Piper. All right, now we're out. Oh, what are we going to do next? Bought myself a new corncob. And I think I'll do something totally off the wall. Just gonna smoke some, this is Cornell and Deal's, is it 525 Red Virginia? It's just a Red Virginia ribbon, and I'll smoke it every once in a while when I want a Virginia fix, which isn't that often, but it's also good for mixing. Lost my monitor. Gotta get that back or I'll be lost. Yeah, we gotta light it, don't we? I love this stuff. But as soon as I finish this, I'll want something with burley in it. Will the Singer One is about to start a YouTube pipe channel. Make sure to let us know. And register with the Briar Report. If you missed it, ask anybody. BriarReport.com. I do not have a Moretti pipe. What's your go-to tobacco? It's Haunted Bookshop. What was I just thinking of? Something jumped into my head. Oh yes, another. I had mentioned the other night about my 8-year anniversary on YouTube, and I'm sure that I will touch on the fact that one of the great things about doing videos is the people that you meet, and if you've led a sheltered life like I did before the internet, it's amazing to have a million people, not a million blot, become your friends overnight. Doing well, Richard, thank you. My Friday Savinelli. Right there, and I'm all excited because when I get my Duca Carlo and my unfinished Savinelli back from Cane Rod Pipes, I will have 5 Friday Savinellis. Well, 5, 6, 7 30s. And I am planning a special video. It'll probably have to be an indoor video, or I'll work it into a live stream where I show off a couple of different models of Savinellis and why I like the way they smoke. And I think I have one that I don't like, so I'll give you the skinny on that. Meriden, Connecticut. Cogs and Sprockets. I thought you were from somewhere else. Are you visiting? No filter in the Cobb. It came with one, but I don't like them. What is a good English to try? Oh my, there's so many of them. This is a good one. Squadron Leader, if you can find it. Very light. I did a review on that. Watch the review. If you don't like Squadron Leader, you probably wouldn't like any other Englishes, because that's very light, very agreeable. Billy Budd. I still have to try Billy Budd Blonde. Harriet. There's way more than 2 English blends out there. Yeah, the reason that I liked Billy Budd so much was because of the cigar leaf in it. Oh, we have our first troll. Sorry, no subs here. Oh, that's interesting. Steve the Pirate talking about the oldest blends. The Grousemore is 200 plus years. Richard T, Happy New Year, buddy. Um, Steve the Pirate in the United States, the oldest one that I know of is the Cuban mixture from L.J. Peretti, which I think was the later 1800s. I could be wrong about that. But I'm sure Europe has some very, very old tobacco blends. When people refer to Lakeland, what exactly is that? Lakeland is where it's produced, but it also has its own particular taste to it, for the most part, I believe. I don't think all Lakelands are soapy or flowery, but there can be a floral note to it, which some people love and some people just can't stand. Boswell's Premium Burley, yes, I did try it, and it didn't do anything for me. There was an underlying topping on it that I didn't like. Boswell's Northwoods. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Richard just got a new Savinelli Roma 673 KS. Yeah. That's the same as mine. Alcohol and floral for the Lakelands, it could be. I don't know that much about them, but I do know enough that I wouldn't just go out and order them. Raphael, I can't tell you anything about GLP's Westminster, but Old Dark Fired is a favorite of mine. Uh, I like to think of it as American Latakia. It's got a little bit of a smokiness to it, but not like the Cyprian or Syrian Latakia. Danish pipe shop won't ship to the U.S. anymore. Is Boswell's an English blend? Boswell's is a pipe shop and a tobacco shop. Their English blend, which is, I think, the most well known, is the Northwoods. Really good stuff. Old Dark Fired is incredible with coffee. Yes, it is. Frank is smoking a Country Gentleman. I think this is a legend. Richard T. Northwoods is Boswell's top English blend. Kramer's Father Dempsey. I've heard that name before. Pirate Cake. Great stuff. You gotta love Latakia, though. Mark, I do remember those days. And there were a couple of independent pipe makers that were all the rage as well. And they were pumping out pokers like there was no tomorrow, and people were just buying them up left and right. Ah, the good old days. Yeah, one of those independent guys was down in Pennsylvania, not too far from Boswell's. The painter guys in the van. uh, Geo Pipes. Did you get any of his? Oh, I forgot about him. What was his name? I haven't even seen him or thought about him since the old days. He was up in Canada, I think. Ah, Jake Hackard. That was the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Gumby. Anyway, I didn't get one of his pipes. He did nice work. He was from Toronto, Mark? Ah, Giovanni Placente. Now that brings to mind the guy in Italy that made pipes also. Can't remember what his name was. That's going way back, too. Yeah, Jake made some beautiful pipes. Distinguished Gentleman is an excellent blend. LJ Paredes. Excellent tobaccos out of Boston. Their blend 500, was it? Excellent. Everett Young, what is Sarge up to? I'm getting worried. He hasn't put up a video in a while. Sarge texted me New Year's Day, and I think for like the week between Christmas and New Year's, he was doing double shifts every day. He had gotten a terrific box from Eric and Ben, and he told me he was going to do a video, And that was the last I heard of him. I don't think he ever did the video, or I didn't see it. Ah, was that his name? Giacomo? Could very well be. Thank you, Frank. Garbage Man Piper. You can thank, I can never get his name right, Sully there. Because he provided the link, and I followed the link, and I found you, and I had heard your name, but just never had a chance to follow up on it. Yes, Sarge is in hibernation, although it's very warm here in Connecticut. Steve, I got to agree with you. There are so many people. I was looking at, there was a guy in Denmark. I think his name was Mark. Oh, Pipe Scratch or Scratch Pipe or something like that. He did some great videos, and he worked in a tobacco shop. Never see him anymore, or maybe I lost the subscription or something. I'll have to look him up again. Paredes 7485 is great stuff. I think all their stuff is great. 333, the Burley. Pipe Scratch, yes, yes, Pipe Scratch. Astro Man, remember him? 2012 or something to that effect. Pipe and Strings and Things. We're on these painter guys. Too funny. Yeah, so you guys in Indianapolis are having basically the same weather we're having here, and it's like unheard of for January. But that means we're probably going to get screwed in the next couple of weeks. Jeff, no, it's warm by my standards. Sarge gets cold when it gets below 80, 89 degrees. New England pipe smoker, yes, yes. February and March. I sort of remember the van guys. I wonder if the videos are still on. I'll have to look them up. It's warm in Ontario. Yep. Danish Pipe Shop, Pipe Scratch. That was him. Really nice guy. Used to do a lot of pipe deals for people in the U.S. All right, now it's coming back to me. Thanks, Buzz DuPont. The van guys did have a falling out with OMS. Wasn't there some kind of group they were called themselves the Black Ops or something? They were like this underground gang or something. I remember now. All kinds of feuding going on. uh, Dunhill Man UK. He's on Facebook. And Mark, I can just see you dying laughing. Black Ops Society. Yes, thanks, Buzz. That was a weird time in YouTube history. Lots of fighting going on. Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I'm not into feuding. Austrian Piper, thanks an awful lot for joining us. In fact, I'm going to be wrapping this up within the next 10 minutes myself. Uh, Boy, this Virginia tastes good. Pipe Friend CHS. Mark and I were talking about him. He was one of the first guys I watched. And I can remember at one point he said, I have nothing else to talk about. And I sort of believed him. Like, do you get to a point on YouTube where you have said everything that you can say? And I don't know. Somehow I always find something to say. Maybe it's just me. Any advice for a young man growing up? Yes, don't do it. Pipe Friend CHS. Is that what he smoked, Billy Bud? Now this is getting crazy. Made a pipe out of Play-Doh years ago. uh, H&H Admiralty. That sounds interesting, Blue Dog. James Sussy. Hello. Christopher, you have a good weekend yourself, and thanks for coming by. Harriet, have a terrific dinner. Thank you very much for dropping in. I see all your pipes matches, but where is all your tobacco? Just curious how you keep your cellar. I have tobacco in this drawer, tobacco in this drawer, tobacco up there, and I have two file cabinets and two dressers that have tobacco in them. So it's kind of all over the place, and sometimes I forget I have certain things. Very annoying. Someday I'll get it organized. But anyway, I guess it's time for me to wrap this up because I don't usually go much more than a half an hour. Thanks to everybody for joining me. We're going to try to do Friday nights. But as I said to somebody today, sometimes you're just not into it. And so there may be a time where you don't see me. But when I'm on and you join me, thank you very much. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Bye-bye.